case anyone misses it from the app being down. I know a lot of people get the link from the chat. If you guys only get the link from the chat, just know we send it out in email too. Okay, so today we're going through client results and how they achieve them. I thought this would be really fun and inspiring for you guys. And if you have any questions throughout it, please just let me know. But we'll dive right in. Beth's on this call. We're actually going to talk about her first. So Beth is incredible. She has accomplished so much, and we'll get to that. But we're going to go through her first initial struggles. So when she got started, she's a busy nurse. She's working a lot. Her struggles were wanting to lose 40 to 60 pounds, working out 4 days per week at F45 with no results. She had even been tracking her food for, I want to say, like 6 months with no results. And she was nervous to change everything all at once. I remember when she got started, she was like, we got to take baby steps. We're like, we will do that. And then trying diets and even red mountain weight loss with no results. So as you can see, Beth didn't have an issue with not putting in the work. She was showing up, she was doing things. She just was not seeing the results she wanted, and it was making her feel extremely frustrated and hopeless. Like, will I ever get the results? Her starting weight was 214 and her first goal was 170 pounds. So the process we took was step one was calorie deficit. We went straight into a calorie deficit. We focused on strength training 4 days per week in the gym and then a step goal. We used cardio intermittently throughout calorie deficit, added in, and then took it out occasionally. So that was just as needed. Um, what we did was we follow 6 to 8 week blocks in the Slay Squad. You guys know this with our training programs. This is so important because it gives you a chance to really push yourself and be able to lift heavier and not be switching things up all the time, which if you are someone who used to do workout classes, you know there's a lot of just doing different workouts all the time. So it's really hard to progress. So when you have a program built for you and you can progress with it, that's when you see amazing changes. So step two was we implemented diet breaks where we brought up food right to maintenance for a few weeks. And we also took full diet breaks where we reverse dieted and she spent months at maintenance. I think a lot of times we time this with the holidays to give her a break mentally, give her body a break. And then step three was we took days off tracking for trips, holidays, and to practice intuitive eating. Because for most people, the end goal is to not have to track, right? So it's important we practice that when we're in phases like maintenance phases so we can learn how to eat without tracking every single thing all the time. We repeated this process a couple times to continue seeing weight loss while also getting those mental breaks, right? And that's something important to remember. If you have a decent amount of weight to lose, you might not lose it all in one calorie deficit. You might have to take a break and go back into it, and that's okay. You have to think when you got started, you were probably really stuck. As long as you were progressing over the years, you're doing awesome. And what she has achieved. So Beth has gone from 214 pounds to 170 pounds. She has lost 44 pounds, you guys. She looks amazing. She went from a size 14 to a size 6. And she learned how to be super honest with her tracking. Beth is so honest, and she always tells me, like, hey, this was going on. This is where we're at with this. But she's always real with herself and real with me. And I think that was the biggest game changer for her. Learned how to go on vacation and still maintain her weight. I think it was you went to Japan recently and she came back and like did not gain any weight, totally crushed it. Her friend was with her and she told me she was popping up with protein drinks in the morning. So Beth, you're on it and I love it. Understands not only how to lose weight, but keep it off because she's gone through the different phases where she's lost weight and then ate more food and been able to maintain. She'll be successful for life. She understands how, yes, you eat less to lose weight, but you also can eat more to maintain. And then went from a BMI to 30 plus to 24, which is amazing. And I'd just like to show her adherence because this is huge. When we first started, yes, there were some days of going over. It can take some time to really get things down, and that's okay. As long as each week you are improving and doing better, you will get to a point where you are crushing protocols. But as you can see, she's always been very good at tracking every day. So we have the big picture. If you're not seeing progress you want and you have a bunch of untracked days, we don't know what's going on. So having the fully tracked days helps us see like, hey, okay, we're going over here. This is probably why the scale isn't moving. We can adjust. And then this was her cutting at 2,000 calories when she first started. And then now she's been cutting at 1,700 calories. And as you can see, super adherent. Okay, and then this is the scale. I wanted to show this because you can kind of see how we've done things. So we went into a deficit and then maintained for a little bit, went back into a deficit, maintained for a little bit, back into a deficit, and now we're going to maintain for a little bit. So it's taken time, but look at this scale trend. Like she has seen incredible results over this time frame. And she's gone through multiple cut phases and maintenance phases, eating anywhere from 1,700 to 2,200 calories. And we've never had to go below 1,700 calories, but Beth is 5'10. She is a little taller, so you have to think if you are a shorter person, you're just going to have a little less food to eat, and that's okay. It's just the way it is, sadly. And this is Beth. Look at that transformation, you guys. She has done amazing and she's absolutely transformed, not just physically, but mentally too. She's capable of doing this for the rest of her life. And then biggest takeaways, the journey takes time. It's better to see slow and steady weight loss and be able to make amazing progress each year than continue to feel stuck. It may take a couple different calorie deficit phases to get to your end goal, but that's okay. Like as long as you keep going, you are going to get there. Step one is losing the weight and then focusing on learning how to eat more and maintain. She hit 170 pounds, is now taking a diet break for a little bit, so that's exciting too. It's okay to take breaks here and there and like give yourself time to eat more food. Just communicate with your coach and work together to make that part of the plan. Just gonna check the chat. Yes, way to go, Beth. Let's go. Amazing job. She's crushing it.
And I like seeing the diet breaks for anybody that has like a bigger weight loss goal. Like it's a good idea to kind of plan those breaks because you can kind of mentally like look forward to it or just know that like it's not always about being in a deficit. And I think that's good mentally. Now, if you have a less amount of weight to lose, my advice is to buckle down and just power on through and get it over with. But if you have a bigger goal, like be strategic with it. Talk to your coach about when is a good time to do a break. And that's not like a binge restrict at all. It's just deficit to maintenance.
Yeah, I agree. And it's better to have a break if you lose 20 pounds and you have a break. That's okay. But it's worse if you're like, you lose 20 pounds and then you can't be adherent. Now you're eating more food without it being a part of the plan. Now you're gaining the weight back. It's better to be strategic about it. Okay, now we're going to dive into Christina. She is a busy respiratory therapist. She works day shift and night shift. Laura. Her struggles were she felt like she could work out, but she just was looking bigger, not leaner. This was extremely frustrating to her. She was like, how do I lean out? I'm lifting weights and I just look bulkier. She could not see the scale go down. She was hopeful to even lose 5 pounds, you guys. On our first call, she was like, I really don't care if the scale moves as long as like my body changes, but I'd like be hopeful to lose 5 pounds. Struggled with feeling weak and wanted to get stronger. Being a healthcare worker, it's so important that you keep up your strength and you build muscle. So this was a huge priority to her too. And then she's celiac and perimenopause, eating healthy, but the scale not budging. I think a lot of us can relate to that. We think that we're eating the right foods and that we should be seeing progress, but it really comes down to the amount of foods we are eating. and then working day shift and night shift as a busy healthcare worker, which I personally think is the hardest schedule. That is a tough schedule to work. Feels like no matter what she did, her body would not change, and her starting weight was 145 pounds, and her goal was like 138, 140. The process we did was step one, calorie deficit, went straight into a calorie deficit. She strength trains 3 days per week at home and in the gym. So it's a split program, and then a daily walk. She focuses on getting outside daily and walking. She lost 20 pounds in 4 months with that first calorie deficit, which is absolutely amazing. And then we have been reverse dieting, which is step two, from 1,400 calories to 2,000 calories, and she actually just hit a new low weigh in at that 2,000 calories. So we will be going up further than that. And then step three, take days off for vacations, is able to maintain her progress. We'll start including intuitive eating days to eventually ease out of tracking, which is our goal for all of you guys. What she has achieved. So she went from 145 pounds to 125 pounds. So she initially had a goal of like, I just hope to see some changes, and she completely crushed it and lost 20 pounds and looks absolutely incredible. Is stronger, more fit, which is very defined look. She has muscle definition. She is getting stronger and stronger in the gym. She just messaged me that she got 80 pounds with her sumo squats, which is amazing. And then improving her relationship with food and understanding nutrition for her body. Once again, she'll be capable of doing this for the rest of her life. Actually knows how to prioritize herself and looks forward to her workouts. She loves getting in her workouts now and getting stronger. It's just so much fun when you're seeing results from your workouts. It makes you want to go and show up more. And she knows what she's capable of now. She had this limiting belief that she would never see the results she wanted, that her age would get in the way, that she would never be able to lose weight. And she just showed herself what she was capable of, and now she knows that. Adherence. So this was here at 1,400 calories. As you guys can see, she absolutely crushed it, tracking every single day, hitting protocols, doing amazing. So we were able to see that scale go down pretty quickly. Losing 20 pounds over 4 to 5 months is great. And then now she's maintaining at 2,000 calories.
I love seeing that adherence, Lindsay. I think that's really helpful. Like the 1,400 calories, I know for a lot of people that's like low, but it's a temporary thing. And like seeing that adherence, like it's if that's what you got to do to lose the weight, like just adhere, get it done so that you can get what results you want and then know that your calories can come back up. It's a temporary thing. Just adhere so you're not in a deficit forever and ever.
It's way more miserable when you're not adhering. It is so much worse, you guys, because then week after week, you're like, why am I not seeing results? And it's like, okay, well, we need to get adherence better. So it's better to just show up, crush it, and then get to the maintenance phase. And I think it really helps to see, like, here, yeah, you're eating 1,400 calories. There's going to be hard days. You're going to have some hunger, but you're going to get to this point where you can enjoy more food. And that's what you have to keep in mind. This is temporary. This is end goal. So, scale, Christina lost 20 pounds in less than 6 months and is now enjoying more food. She actually just re signed up for another 6 months. So, she'll be with me for a full year to truly transform and know how to not track her food and maintain her results and keep this going. She's now eating 2,000 calories, and the scale continues to like still go down. We'll be bringing things up a little bit further. She is stronger than ever and has achieved the defined look that she was searching for. And then Christina's also, she's in her late 40s. She's 5'5". So I just like to point that out too. Your age is not going to hold you back. You are still capable of so much.
I just recently interviewed her too, and the I can drop the interview in the chat later if you guys want to listen to it. But I think that is so inspirational because me and her were chatting about how even women in their 30s start to think like, oh, it doesn't work for me anymore. It doesn't work like it worked in my 20s. And then we have women in their 40s that are like, oh, I'm almost 50. Like, this is just like what it is. It's the women that accept, no, this is not just what it is. It works. We help women 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. We've seen it work for them. It's not just what it is. It really is just the right protocols and being consistent with it.
I agree. I would say anyone that I talk to that is over 40 has it in their mind that their hormones might be holding them back from losing the weight they want. It's always one of the first things we chat about. But I mean, Coach Alex is proof that you are capable of so much. She just crushed a show recently. And then Christina, like, look at her arms, look at her muscle definition. She has leaned out so much. You can tell she is strong, she is capable. Like, this is such a huge accomplishment at any age, but especially in your late 40s. Laura said late 40s ain't nothing, ladies, just getting started. Love it. Hi, Andrea. Happy you could pop on. Okay, biggest takeaways. So you can go from feeling completely stuck to losing more than you ever imagined in 4 months is nothing, you guys. 4 months is such a short amount of time in the big picture. Like, and she just crushed her goals in that amount of time and is now enjoying more food and putting on more muscle. Step one is losing the weight, and you need to focus on learning how to eat more and maintain it. You may be able to eat more than you imagined. If you go online and do like a maintenance calculator, Christina says that she should be eating like 16 to 700 calories. She's eating over 2,000 calories, maintaining, slightly losing. So you could be eating way more than you ever imagined if you do this strategically. Christina can now go on trips without gaining weight. She also understands nutrition and how the scale will fluctuate, but does not mean she will gain fat. She will see the scale fluctuate sometimes and panic a little bit, and then a couple days goes by and it goes right back down, and we've been really working on that. The scale can be really hard, you guys, because it's always going to fluctuate. It's not going to be this perfect thing that just constantly goes down. It's going to go up and down, and you have to understand that and just trust that, like, if things are moving in the right direction, we're in a good place. It's when things aren't changing for weeks that we have to be like, okay, what do we need to focus on? Christina will be able to maintain her weight loss for life because she has taken time to go through each phase. And I just want to emphasize that because if you guys have ever lost weight and not been able to maintain it, it's very, very frustrating. So make sure you learn every different phase and how to keep the weight off, or else you're just wasting your time. Okay, and then last one, Nurse Marnie. Marnie's amazing. She's been with me a couple years now. So her biggest struggles were severe bloating. She had two colonoscopies before the age of 25. She had horrible gut health issues. She thought like she would never be able to see the changes she wanted. She was working day shift and night shift as a nurse with super low energy. She was actually really scared to even track her food. She was scared it might hurt her relationship with food. So that was kind of a barrier for her to get past. Like, she's like, if I join, am I going to end up in with the worst relationship with food? Am I not going to see the results I want? And then she was eating healthy, but her body was not changing, which can feel really frustrating too. You think you're eating the right things, but you're truly not for your body. Marnie had this fear of tracking and she didn't want to become obsessive. Her starting weight was 183 and goal weight was 153. She is currently sitting at 155 and looking incredible. The process for her was straight to the calorie deficit, learned how to eat higher volume foods. She was pretty hungry at first when we started, so we focused on higher volume, bulking up her meals. We focused on more fiber for her gut health. She started eating chia seeds in the morning, which was huge for her. We increased protein very slowly. We paid attention to her gut health and made sure that she was tolerating it okay. And then movement and hydration were a priority. If you guys have poor gut health, something that can really help is make sure you're hydrated. Make sure you're focused on fiber. Make sure that you are moving your body. I know it's not practical all the time, but if you can get in some movement after a meal, it really can help with digestion. So if you're really struggling with that, make it a priority. See if it helps you. If you're working day shift, night shift, just go on a little walk, get up, be with your patient after you have your meal. Step two, reverse dieted and learned how to enjoy more food while completely maintaining her weight. She crushed it. And then implemented untracked days as part of the plan to learn how to intuitively eat. So she takes days off tracking. This girl will go on a bachelorette trip and come back weighing less. Like she does incredible with intuitive eating days because she spent so much time learning about food and then repeated the process. And that's something important to understand too. You can go through the process multiple times and just continue to get leaner if you want to. And learning each phase just helps you understand that and go through it eventually on your own if you choose to. What she has achieved. So she went from 183 pounds to 155 pounds, lost 28 pounds while working day shift and night shift, gained back her energy, and she's now a charge nurse. I like to look at how life changes too. When you prioritize yourself, you get that confidence, you're able to excel in your career. And she has maintained a healthy relationship with food by understanding food. So she had this fear that tracking would make things worse, but it actually just let her understand her body, what her body needed, and it really made her relationship with food better. Is stronger and so consistent with her workouts and movement. She is always getting in her workouts no matter what. She's dedicated to it, and I love to see that. When you are dedicated to the process, you transform. If you put in the work, you transform. Feels absolutely amazing in her wedding dress. It's her wedding month this month, you guys. So she is stepping into it feeling so good and accomplished all that she could imagine for her wedding day. And then adherence. So here she was cutting at 1,700 calories. At first, like there were some days where she was struggling to adhere, eating a little bit more. It can be hard when you're switching from day shift and night shift. It can take just adjusting things, finding the right things that worked for her. And then she started to crush it. And then here she's maintaining 1,900 calories with untracked days. So she's able to take days off and still maintain her weight really, really well. And then here is the scale here trending down very nicely. And then as you can see, she's been maintaining. So Marnie has lost 28 pounds while working day shift and night shift. She has improved her gut health by focusing on eating the proper nutrients for her body. We really closely watch fiber and moving her body often. She is so consistent and knows how to not track and maintain her weight. And Marnie will seriously do so well taking a weekend off, taking a week off for a vacation, and just maintain very well because she has a strong understanding of food. And look at Marnie. She looks incredible. I can't wait till she posts her wedding photos, but she looks so good. She has built lean muscle. She is just crushing her goals.
And Lindsay has shared a picture of, oh, there you go. There it is. I'm like, show the picture of her stomach. She dealt with like painful bloating after shifts, especially. I don't know if any healthcare workers have dealt with that. I know I used to have that after long shifts. I feel like the bloating, because you didn't have time to sit and like rest and digest at all, that's pretty common for healthcare workers.
Yeah, I feel like everything they tell you about digestion and what you should do when you're eating your meals is just not possible when you're a healthcare worker. So it's like, okay, that doesn't help me. But yeah, Marnie, like she was in pain, you guys. She was so uncomfortable. This was so uncomfortable for her. And now look at her. Like she looks incredible. She doesn't struggle with that painful bloating. Yes, some days she still has some bloating, but it's nothing like this. She does not experience this anymore. She doesn't have those fears. She's not getting colonoscopies. Like she is doing amazing. We have some people popping in now.
And we do, like, I know you guys know that we have like a partnership if you needed additional testing for your gut health, if you wanted stool samples, all that before resorting to things like colonoscopies and stuff like that. But my biggest thing is kind of what Lindsay's saying is like make the changes first. Majority of the time, you don't even need that. You need like fiber, you need water, you need to go for more walks, you need to try more whole foods. Like, you really need these changes consistently, and usually the issues take care of themselves without you paying for additional testing. I'm all for if you implement the changes and you still don't see any results, then go and see somebody to do some testing, but start with being consistent with some lifestyle changes first.
100%. See if that works. And that's kind of what I'm going to talk about here with the biggest takeaways. Like, you can improve your gut health by eating properly for your body, increasing your fiber intake, going on walks after meals, and staying hydrated. The amount of time, like, so many people are under eating fiber. And when people first get started, if you look at your fiber intake, it's probably pretty low. So that's something you want to first take a look at and slowly work that up. Don't go from barely eating any fiber to eating a ton of fiber, then you're going to have gut health issues too, but slowly work it up, get to a good place, and you're probably going to notice such big improvements with your gut health. So first address those basic things before you think that something's severely wrong with you. Tracking your food can improve your relationship with food if done properly. Now Marnie understands nutrition and how to fuel her body. I think there's a big misconception that tracking your food is just going to hurt your relationship with food, but it actually healed my relationship with food. It helped Marnie. She was just kind of holding herself back because she had this fear that did not need to be there. It's good to understand things. It's good to understand nutrition and your body. And the more that you understand things, the more that you, or the less you're going to fear it, right? Understanding is going to take away that fear that you have. You can transform your body even lifting at home. She lifts 3 days per week at home, you guys, and she does incredible with building muscle and getting stronger. Things can be hard at first, but if you focus on improving each week, you will get the results you want. It's okay if you start and week 1 and 2 are hard for you. If you are focused on improving and getting where you need to be, you will see the results you want. So don't let a couple weeks of it being difficult deter you. That's normal. If you are improving each week, you are doing great. Transforming takes time, and your fitness goals should be evolving with you your entire life. Don't think of this as just 6 month program and you're done, you guys. This is a lifestyle change. You have to commit to it long term. Beth has been with me a couple years. Marnie's been with me a couple years. Christina's been with me 6 months, and Will just re-signed up for 6 months. So she'll be with me for at least a year. Think long term, because that's when you see the most amazing results. That's when you never have to worry about gaining the weight back or struggling with this ever again, because you learn everything you need to learn. Does anyone have any questions? Yeah, Chelsea said most of their girls are eating less than 10 grams of fiber when they start. That's what I noticed too. It's the first thing, and I'm like, okay, we got to address this.
So what's a healthy amount of fiber intake?
So the recommendation is 14 grams per 1,000 calories. So you can look at that. So like 20 to 30 grams typically for women per day.
Yep, they say about 25 for women, 25 grams a day, 35 for men. If you are under eating fiber, let's say you're eating 8 grams a day, which I do see quite often, you might eat 25 grams and feel like really bloated or be like, what is going on? You might have to like go a little slower and increase it slowly over time because your gut might need to adjust. I've had a client, she's not on this call, I don't think, no, but she was telling me like that was kind of one of her big concerns was her gut, that she would poop basically like once a week, and she just kind of accepted that as her normal. And I was like, no, that's not normal. And she's like, it's my normal. And I'm like, no. And we went through like her like water and fiber. And she kept asking like for supplements and for different things. And I was like, start with water and fiber, start with water. And like we're over 6 months in, and she's finally gotten up with the water and fiber. And she's like, I'm pooping almost every day or at least every other day. And I'm like, yes. A lot of times it's really just like water and fiber. It won't solve all of your life problems, but it will probably solve a lot of them. You'll lose more weight. You won't be bloated. You'll poop every day. You'll feel good. Like you'll cleanse your body. Like, trust me. If your fiber's low, you probably don't even realize like how sluggish. and not good you are because your gut is just connected to so many things.
Kayla, a poop a day keeps the doctor away. Yep. Being postpartum, I was struggling with like hydration and fiber, and like I noticed I was like, this, I can't live like this.
Me too. I'm like, I just miss pooping.
Yeah, I gotta get this fixed.
If it's your normal, you don't really notice it, but once you like feel good with your digestion, you will really notice when it's off. If you're
Mhm.
used to not pooping or you're used to being bloated, you kind of just like accept it.
You don't accept that in the squat though.
Yeah.
No, it's miserable walking around with that, like sitting in there, like it's just, oh, I can't stand
So if you guys take anything away from this phone call, make it fiber. Get that up. Everyone go check where their fiber's at.
it. Yes. Why do men have such good gut health? Anybody else? Even my 3-year-old poops 3 times a day. I'm like, dude. It's
That is true though.
crazy.
I feel like Luke's always pooping too.
No. Like they eat and they go right away. I'm like, it's nice.
And they also say like every girl thinks they have IBS, right? And like doctors will say, "Oh, your diagnosis is IBS," but IBS is really like it's not a great diagnosis. It's like something else is causing. It's a symptom
Mhm.
of something being off. So we don't want to just accept that as normal. We kind of want to dig into it. Usually the fix is simple. Like 9 times out of 10, the fix is actually very simple.
Mhm. Get
And
the root cause, you guys. Don't just accept that things are the way they are. Don't just accept things that are not normal as your normal. Get to the root cause.
Mhm.
I hope that was helpful. I hope that was inspiring. I hope that you guys saw what you're capable of, saw like adherence, and just took away what you can achieve in the program, and that the calorie deficit's step one. It's not the end, it's just step one. And if you guys have questions about that, please let us know. Put it in the chat, talk about next plans. It's really important and it helps mentally to know that this is not the end goal. Being in the calorie deficit is not where you leave and end the program.
I do actually have one quick question.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say struggling. I'm learning as I go. This is only week 3 for me. We're going to week 4. So I would love to use the recipes, but I'm using MyFitnessPal to track my um calories and everything. So I can't access like the recipe cookbook kind of thing while using MyFitnessPal. Does anybody have another way I can get to those recipes in the app?
So it might be annoying, but you can disconnect MyFitnessPal and reconnect it. I find like tracking in the app's the best way to just do it. You have everything in one place. It takes 2 clicks of a button to use the recipes. It's really nice. But if you disconnect MyFitnessPal, you should be able to see it and then you would have to reconnect it. That's the only workaround that I know of. I don't know if you guys know of any other.
That's what I was going to say. You can just disconnect and then reconnect, and you won't lose any of the progress that you've tracked. It'll just resync back up to what you had in there.
Perfect. Okay, follow-up question. And this one feels silly. I'm sure I can just look, but y'all are all right here. I switched to MyFitnessPal because I couldn't just do a quick ad. That's my favorite part of MyFitnessPal is I can do a quick ad and just type my calories, type my protein, and call it a day. Is that an option in the Slay app as well?
Yeah, you can custom add in our app. So
Okay, perfect.
what you would do is, let me see if it's up. So you would hit the plus sign, but you could do meal and then skip photo, and then it will go recent favorites custom. And then at the bottom, you'll see add custom, and then you'll be able to enter all that in and just save it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Some of that was just too much to type in the app or to my coach, so I was waiting for a call to ask. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. These calls are perfect for answering these questions. So please, you guys, and ask us. We're here. We want to help. So I'm glad we could talk through it. And then now you can maybe just go to our app. It's so much easier.
Yes, absolutely. And then to do the custom, I have to pay for MyFitnessPal. So now I can just cancel that and just perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
And Lindsay had the idea to do an app call again, which I think is a great idea because we've done one a long time ago in the client course, but the app has updated and changed a lot.
It has changed a lot. So yeah, we'll make sure that we get that going and do a call and then record it so that you guys have that too. Any other questions like that? We are here, happy to help. All right. Thank you guys for hopping on. Let us know if you need anything, but have a good night.
Good night, and check in if you haven't.
Yes, please do. Bye, guys.
Bye.